Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury and I'm coming to you from Japan. That's right guys, I'm in Omchi, something like that. But it doesn't matter, doesn't really matter. Let's have a sticky beak and have a walk around the streets here. So I gotta tell you something guys. This is a semi-rural area. We're 2 hours on train from Tokyo. Semi-rural. We've got beautiful mountains there. Look at that in the back. Beautiful mountains. Have a look at this. This is just a normal street. We've got this ancient temple here. We've got some really incredible stuff. Look at this beautiful temple. Just superb. Absolutely superb. And this is what some of the best part of Japan is. Little temples, little places here. It's so cool. And you get to have a sticky beak. Look at this here. It's really amazing. And this is the whole thing. This is Japan. Let's have a look here. Look at that. One thing here, you would think the houses would be on bigger plots of land, but look at them. They're very small. Look at this here. This is a modern dwelling. And you know what? It's got a little carport. Look at double-story house. It really isn't terribly big. Look at that. Just really small blocks. And that's kind of how it is here. Throughout Japan, the housing block size is really quite small. So let's go for a walk and we'll have a sticky beak. So one thing I got to tell you is you would think even in rural areas where land is not the big premium, they're actually small. So this is a vacant block here. Look at this. It's not huge. It's not huge. It's not huge at all. Look at that. That's a vacant block. It's really not so big. And this is the way a lot of the homes are. Have a look here. Here's another home. Just fairly small blocks. Here's a very old home. This is probably 150-year-old home. Look at this. Wooden, and it doesn't have any garage at all because this was before cars. Look at that. Quite small, very small. So that the houses here in Japan are really midget. Look at these little, just put on the blocks here. Older home, look at that. They're kind of tucked in, and this is a semi-rural area. You think, Jesus, if land was going to be cheap, it'd be less expensive here. And I like them. These are quite nice, neat homes. But the blocks really, really small. Let's have a bit of a walk here. Walk down and have a look here. So this is a little busy intersection. Across the road we've got a friendly police station. Always handy. Let's go for a walk here. One thing for sure is the roads. There's very little litter. People don't have cigarette butts and cans thrown out of their car. That's one thing here that is pretty amazing. They're not dirty fuckers. Let's have a look here. Here's a little Japanese house. Small car, small garage. Look at that. Here we go. This would be like a block. Look at this. Really quite small, and across the road there's a vacant lot. Look at that. See, it's really not that big. That's where they'd put a house in there. So this streets here, you look around at them, and They are not big in the least. These are not big homes. Just small. Look at this little thin home here. It's I don't know what to say. This is how it is. Here's a school. This is the Voorhees school. Voorhees school, private school there. It's a really beautiful day. It's crisp air, very crisp air, cool air, quite lovely. Here's a parking lot here, Mazda 3. See, most of the cars, a Mazda 3, that's a pretty big car. They use a lot of little box cars. That's what they use. So a Mazda 3 is actually big. Here's a Prius or a Corolla. That's a bigger car. Most of the cars they use are these little box. This is a Suzuki hybrid. So in many ways here they are quite small, so it's funny, even in, you'd expect Tokyo they would be very tight on land, but even in semi-rural area the land is ridiculously small, really small. And it's kind of, I suppose that's what a standard Japanese building site is like. The other thing is that so many of the houses, you don't have much space between you and your neighbor because you're on a small block. You want to utilize every square meter, square foot you possibly can. And that's what happens here. So look at these houses here. Look at that. This is another guest house. It's an older home that's now a guest house. It's very, it'll be like a probably 40-year-old home that there. Quite nice. Here's a sort of a guy who's, I don't know, this is sort of curbside collection here. Look at that, curbside collection stuff. Just cross over here. It's quite amazing, the space. You would think even in these areas here, rural, semi-rural area, you'd have a lot more space, wouldn't you? But no, it's like the suburbs. The suburbs, you have a lot more space than in the city, of course, because the land is at a premium. But here, they seem to have pretty damn small plots of land. That's kind of how they do things. So, there you go, guys. That's your plight. So, if you're going to live in Japan, guys, be ready to live on a small block. Small block there. Small block with not many places have a garage. They mainly have a carport. Very few places have a garage. It's mainly a carport. So that's life in Japan, guys. I'm ArchieLuxury. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. See you in the next one. Here we go. We're just going to this is a local convenience store, Lawson's. Let's go to Lawson and have a snack. Get a snack.